Here we go again with the analogy of Charlie Brown to Lucy and blacks and reparations. This video is not going to be me dissing reparations. I'm going to actually give my takeaway is actually going to be a suggestion for people who are for reparations. But I want to give an update to what's going on. What we're seeing here is very predictable. It's all starting, or has been for a long time, been very predictable. Gavin Newsom declines to endorse reparations checks proposed by California task force, to no surprise. What happened is they created this reparations task force. The task force says, we do agree with reparations. Here's our suggestion to the California legislative body. They did not talk about how to fund it. I'll get to that too. But they said, yes, do reparations. Here are the qualifications, all that. And now the legislative body has to pass it, and Gavin Newsom has to sign it. But what you look for is, you expect the executive, like when Joe Biden says, there's a bill coming through, pass the bill, I'll sign it. Trump, same thing. Pass the bill, I'll sign it. But Gavin Newsom didn't say that. His words were a lot different. It was more like, you Charlie Brown again, running for the football, and you get it yanked up out of here. And I'm not doing this to make fun of people who want reparations. I have no problem doing that if I'm in the mood to, but that's not what this is for. What I'm saying is, this is what's happening. And it would be funny if it weren't so evil, playing with people's emotions like this. Instead of telling them what you really, how you really feel, what they really need to hear. You are a damn idiot if you think Gavin Newsom gives a damn about reparations. So somebody said, Rasta Steve said, it doesn't mean he won't sign it if passed, to be fair. Who knows? Maybe he will sign it. I don't know. But here's what I said. Corporatists are good at changing the definition of words. And what I see here, and I'm going to give you a quote from Gavin Newsom to show you what I mean. But what I see here is the same thing. Like a vaccine before 2020, it meant it stopped the spread of a disease. After 2020, it means I don't know what it means anymore. I would recommend people who are for reparations stop using the word reparations. They're redefining it. Use monetary retribution. Cut the check is the dumbest slogan. I know it's catchy for people who are into that world, but my suggestion to you, it is just not a good slogan if you actually want the check to be cut. But Gavin Newsom, but you do need it to talk about money, monetary retribution. Gavin is redefining reparations as this vague idea of anything except money. Here's his quote. After the panel, he promoted, or he appointed 5 of the 9 people on this panel. The panel came back and said we should do reparations in California, just for California. Many of the recommendations, this is the quote from Gavin, many of the recommendations put forward by the task force are critical action items we've already been hard at work at addressing. None of this is the monetary stuff, because obviously you haven't been hard at work at addressing that. Breaking down barriers to vote, bolstering resources to address hate. What does that mean? Enacting sweeping law enforcement and justice reforms to build trust and safety. Strengthening economic mobility. What is that? Are you talking about digital currency or something? I don't know what that even means. All while investing billions to root out disparities and improve equity in housing, education, healthcare, and well beyond. This is all vague stuff to basically say what they came back with. I know they came back with, this is me translating what Gavin said. I know they came back saying that you should cut a check, you should do a monetary retribution, but many of what he's saying is, what I want reparations to be is everything except for that. So if you're pro reparations, you got to find a way to have them stop playing games with your emotions like this. I think my takeaway is, that's why I said on the journey to get there, you've got a long ways to go. Do you guys who are into reparations a lot, use the word white supremacist all the time. Is Gavin Newsom a white supremacist? And that's who you're waiting to sign the bill for your reparations? So even if the bill is signed, well, we'd have to see what it actually is. The task force didn't create the bill. Do you think that the person that you would call a white supremacist, and if you don't call him a white supremacist, I would love to hear your reasoning. So You think that the bill signed for reparations from the white person you would describe as a white supremacist would be justice, would be something that you would approve? Break the circular argument. Let's look at the fundamental issues in our country, and that's going to get you a lot further.